We are going to have roller derby tonight, I promise.
Are we good? Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome from the Tri-Cities, Atomic City. Number 7, Super Chet. Number 11, Robin Your Dignity. Number G33K, Candy Havoc. Number 31, Ursa 10 Waves. Number 51, P.O. Pee-wee. Number 98, Disgrace Kelly. Number 99, Frenchie Fryer. Number 352, Sin with a Grin. Is there any other way to sin? Number 614, Blue Chip. Number 665, We Evil. Number 66, Evil Ash. Number 789, Bounce Back Aztec. And last but certainly not least, 999, Vendetta. Welcome from the Tri-Cities, your Atomic City Rollergirls.
Durga, 4602, Durga, 4602.
Durga, 462. Sorry about that, Durga. You were handwritten in the last minute.
And now, it's time for Sonic Boom! Number 104, Scarlet Fever. Number 247, Jamaica Hurt. Number 26, Oh So Final. Number 32, Ice Kate. Number 1905, T-Rex. Number 39, Cinder Block. Number 42, Jam Her Some. Number 5, Swedish Meatball. Number 50-something, The Hot Flash. Number 64, Who's Your Mama? Number 9, Kung Pao Kitten. Number 6 of Swords, Warrior Puka. Number 907, Lady Hustler. And 99% Pulp Rouge. Ladies and gentlemen, your Sonic Boom!
Sponsors. Do we have time?
And there's the whistle. The skaters are beginning to take the track. Officials are in their positions. NSOs have their pencils poised. It is time for roller derby. Looks like jamming for Sonic Boom. We're going to have T-Rex. And as soon as they come around here, we'll have a jammer for Atomic City as well. That is number 31. That is Ursa 10 Ways. Ursa 10 Ways making her way through the pack. She's getting up towards the front. T-Rex having some trouble with the 3-wall in the back. Ursa 10 Ways almost put into the stack of speakers. Right back on the track though. Recycled to the back with no time getting back up there to the front. Blue 260 So Final making her way to the penalty bench with an elbow, giving Ursa 10 Ways. She is your active scorer. Lead active scorer is Ursa 10 Ways. And of course, being USARS roller derby, when the first active score is done, the pivot can in fact go, but she has not been able to this time. Ursa 10 Ways already thrown a scoring pass. That is a grand slam, Ursa 10 Ways. Atomic City on the board very quickly.
The rest switch. Okay, I got it. 5.
T-Rex still stuck there in the pack. This pack is moving at a quick pace, but that is USARS roller derby for you. They always have to be skating in that counterclockwise direction. Ursa 10 Ways with only her team to beat gets up front, and that is the end of the jam. And another 5 points for Atomic City.
Are you the Atomic City? Are you saying I'm going to switch on the sheet?
Timeout.
We have an official timeout being called.
Did you guys switch teams? Yeah.
Another sponsor is Seattle Seaplanes. They're a global sponsor. Go to www.seattleseaplanes.com. They get scenic tours, charter flights, and they even have a flight school if you're interested in learning how to fly a seaplane.
Okay.
Okay. Well, okay. I was going to try.
Trying to get your attention. And they are off on the second jam of the game. It looks like we've got Lady Hustler up against Durga. Durga is out first. She is lead scorer for Atomic City.
462.
Lady Hustler still trying to make her way through the pack. She's got a 3-wall up front. Looks like Seattle Sonic Boom has a little bit of penalty trouble already this game. Very short in the pack.
Looks like our own Hot Flash lost her wheels.
Lady Hustler still in the pack. Durga trying to make her way around this pack, moving very quickly. In USARS, it is all about the speed. Lady Hustler finally out on her initial pass. She can now make her scoring passes. Oso final with a nice push out. Durga calls off the jam. She picked up 4 points to 0. That puts Atomic City ahead 14-0. Just about 4 minutes in. So how many people out there have never seen roller derby before? Raise your hands. Never seen roller derby before. Are you sitting next to anybody who has seen roller derby before? Okay, so let's explain a little bit about what you're seeing here. Of course, when the whistle blows, both teams go. You see 2 people out there. Those are the people with the stars on their helmets. Those are the jammers. You see 2 other people out there with stripes on their helmets. Those are the pivots. And the rest of the people are trying to hit each other as hard as they can. Those are the blockers. Number 64 for One World Roller Derby, Woo's Your Mama is their jammer. She's trying to make her way up front. Trying to push her way around. Ursa 10 Ways pushed around the outside. She's the jammer for Atomic City. Both jammers recycled to the back of their pack. Looking for those openings, trying to find their way through. Ursa 10 Ways once again pushed to the floor. She has to make her way back to the back of the pack once again. And Woo's Your Mama sent to the penalty box. That takes away their jammer, but that does not mean they can't outscore in USARS roller derby. The pivot can break if she's able to get out front after the opposing jammer has broken, but we have had no indication of any active scorer yet this jam, but here we go. Active scorer, lead scorer for Atomic City. And that's the end of the jam. What a jam, ladies and gentlemen. Those jammers really had it tough getting out front. No score on that jam. Sorry, I'm taking it all to you.
That's fine.
I'm gonna need water. Why don't you go ahead and take this one?
All right, getting the jam underway. We've got number 11, Robin Indignity and Scarlet Fever 104 fighting for that lead jammer position. And number 11 from Atomic City, Robin Indignity is taking the lead scorer position, or lead jammer position rather. So as she makes her way around, she has to make her way through the pack. And as she does so, she scores points for each opposing team member that she passes. Did she just hit?
Robin, your dignity with a grand slam, 5 points for Atomic City. And more penalties. The pivot for the One World Roller Derby heading to the bench. That puts both their pivot and their jammer in the box. They will not have an active score for this jam. That means it is a power jam for Atomic City. Another 5 points for Robin, your dignity. Atomic City able to hold back one of the One World players, meaning they had control of the pack and control of the power jam. Jam ends. Atomic City 24, Seattle Sonic Boom 0.
Another one of our sponsors tonight is Frank Blau Photography. He sponsors skater Smoking Guns from Sonic Boom. You can find him at Frank Blau, that's BLAW photography.com.
Frank, one of those wonderful derby photographers I mentioned earlier, he does great work. And it looks like we have Disgrace Kelly for Atomic City. She will don the star and take the rest of this power jam, but it is oh so vital. Active scorer for Seattle Sonic Boom. She has lead scorer status, but Disgrace Kelly trying to make up ground on her. Remember, one of the differences in USARS from WNTDA is that if the active scorer passes her opponent, she gains lead scorer status. It can trade, but it looks like Oso final sent out. I didn't see the penalty, but I believe that was probably a cut.
I didn't see that.
So once again, Atomic City with an opportunity, but it looks like we do have a pivot on the track for Seattle Sonic Boom. They can gain an active scorer. No, they can't actually. Oso final already was active scorer. You can only gain it once per jam. And now we're going to see another interesting thing that happens in USARS. Both active scorers hit the bench, the jam is called, and the jam resets. Both teams get to have a jammer. It looks like Oso Final was able to score 2 points in that last jam, putting Seattle Sonic Boom on the board. Atomic City 29, Seattle Sonic Boom 2.
Well, I think that was a pivot. Yeah, that was a pivot. I think that's why he was
Oso Final, the jammer for Seattle Sonic Boom, still sitting on the bench. P.O.'s Pee-wee for Atomic City is their jammer. T-Rex and Jammer Son holding her in the back of the pack. Doing a great job as a two-wall. She finally makes her way through. Picks up a little bit of a head whip, but T-Rex, burst of speed. Oh, barely misses. And off the penalty bench come the Seattle Sonic Boom. And of course, Zinderblock trying to do a pass, but nobody is. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Has to get completely around and pass through the pack again before she can call off the jam.
And there we go. Now we have a legal pivot break. The pivot, of course, can break if the other jammer has already gained active scorer status. And there she goes. She is now the active scorer for Seattle Sonic Boom, Cinder Block. Looked like she got a little bit confused there at first, tried to break before the other jammer had gained active scorer status. That, of course, means she has to drop back to the pack until the active scorer status is achieved. Number 31, Ursa 10 Way is already up to the front of the pack. Looks like she's taking a look around, breaks for it. She is the lead scorer for Atomic City. Scarlet Fever is the jammer for Seattle Atomic Boom. She is trying to make her way around the outside. No joy there, pushed to the outside by Durga. Finds herself in the back of the pack, has to make her way all the way through Durga. And Robin Your Dignity with a 2-wall in back, holding her back. Meanwhile, Ursa 10 Way is on a scoring pass, makes her way through, pushes the inside. Looks like she caught a forearm, but that's enough to put her in the back of the pack. Has to make her way up through again. And she's through on a scoring pass. She gets 4 points. 5 points, there we go. That, of course, is a grand slam the hard way. She got all 5 points with the jammer on the track. Scarlet Fever still trying to find her way through the pack on her initial pass. Pushed down, she is all the way back again, and another grand slam for Atomic City before the jam ends. I'm taking everything. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Fun.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, play-by-play is definitely not my strong suit, so go for it.
If you find any color, just tap me. Let me know. I will stop. And of course, during the announcements and all that kind of stuff. 30 seconds have almost wound down. Of course, 30 seconds between each jam. Allows everybody to get in position and all of the paperwork to be in place for the next jam, and they are off. It looks like T-Rex for Seattle Sonic Boom up against Willow 9 3/4. It's Whomping Willow for Atomic City. Whomping Willow with a very quick leap on the inside. She is your lead jammer. T-Rex finds herself pushed to the outside, makes her way up, tries to find a way through. There we go. She is out. And gets 20 feet in front of the pack lead, or active scorer for Sonic Boom. Meanwhile, Whomping Willow already found a way around to the back of the pack, moving on up to the front, trying to gain those points. And she gets all 5, calls it off. We're going to have Oh So Final jamming for Seattle Sonic Boom. And Blue 26 picks up a forearm major, ran into the back of Ursa 10 Ways with her forearm. She is sent to the penalty box. Ursa 10 Ways already through on her initial pass. She is lead scorer for Atomic City. Atomic City came all the way here from the Tri-Cities area over in eastern Washington. These two teams have met before over in Kennewick. Ursa 10 ways back of the pack, makes her way quickly up front. Meets a little bit of resistance up front, but gets around the final defender, 5 points. Looks like Atomic City also on a power jam. A power jammer, of course, when the other team cannot field any active scorers, both the pivot and the jammer are in the penalty box. And the pain just building here for Seattle Sonic Boom as that penalty bench is very full. Ursa 10 Ways sent off for a forearm major herself, hits the box, and that's the end of the jam.
Jam timeout. Jam timed out.
Do you need a timeout?
Speed Urchin! Any points on the last one?
Looks like Atomic City's trying to call in a timeout. Take another couple of moments to mention some of our other sponsors this evening. James Erickson and Company, highly qualified and experienced CPAs, accountants, and bookkeepers. You can find their information at www.cpahotline.com. That's cpahotline.com. One of our other sponsors is Bad Credit Loans. They're a Continental sponsor that also sponsors our skater Rouge Your Mama. Since 1998, connecting you to the best lenders, regardless of your credit. That's badcreditloans.com.
I think what we have here tonight is actually the battle of the booms, Atomic Boom and Sonic Boom.
If you remember the game in Kennewick, they did quite an interesting thing.
We'll have to do that a little bit later. Atomic Boom.
Atomic Boom, yes.
We'll keep that in our back pocket. You'll be surprised.
5 seconds is called. We're about to get underway. Lady Hustler jamming for Sonic Boom. Ursa 10 Ways in the box for Atomic City. Lady Hustler making her way up through the pack. She hits the 2-wall up front. A little juke to the outside. Through lead scorer Seattle Sonic Boom. Pivot is out, active scorer for Atomic City. She's trying to pick up lead scorer. Passes her. But she's called for a cutting track lead scorer maintained by Seattle Sonic Boom. That, of course, means that they have a power jam. Seattle's first power jam of the night. Huge opportunity for them to pick up a lot of points here. Lady Hustler makes it through Grand Slam, Sonic Boom. Back picking up a little bit of speed as Black trying to get up to the front. But Seattle Sonic Boom holding them back, keeping that pace steady. Lady Hustler calls off the jam. Seattle Sonic Boom able to pick up 5 points on that jam, 49-7. Just over 11 minutes left in this first half. So what are you going to do during the halftime?
I won't be where I want to be, upstairs drinking.
Where would you drink upstairs?
Well, we've got beer and wine and food, you know, Pepsi.
Oh, you've been up in the beer garden.
Beer garden, that's right.
It's a great place to go.
Yeah. And the bake sale.
Beer garden and bake sale are, of course, upstairs. Meanwhile, we got roller derby on the track. Atomic City has Durga out there with the star on her head. Seattle Sonic Boom with Pope Rouge. Durga is your lead scorer for Atomic City. Pope Rouge takes a hit, pushed to the inside of the track. Has to recycle. Durga on her scoring pass. There are a lot of cut tracks going on this game. I wonder if they can actually see those black lines on the floor. Hard to see. Pope Rouge is sent to the box along with their pivot. Power Jam, Atomic City. 5 points, 5 in the sky for Durga of Atomic City. Skating away slow. Huge pile up on the far side there. Coming into the turn one. Atomic City trying to slow this down. Sonic Boom trying to speed it up. Keep that jammer from getting through the pack, scoring any more points. Durga manages to find her way up to the front of the pack. She's got T-Rex to beat. She does! 5 points.
Things are a little more physical out there than when these internal teams play. This is a more interesting version of roller derby than we see sometimes here. A lot more knocking around going on.
I like it. Yeah. Atomic City, a very physical team. Last time these two teams met over in Kennewick, they were throwing hits left and right. This time there's a little more concentration on speed, but none of that physicality seems to have been lost. It's a great game out there. Meanwhile, P.O.'s Pee-wee for Atomic City has a star on her head. She is the only jammer out there. It is a power jam for Atomic City. No pivot, no jammer for Sonic Boom. P.O.'s Pee-wee hits the front of the pack. She's got a couple of feet pushed to the outside, makes her way back in. Of course, USARS roller derby, she doesn't have to make her way to the back of the pack, just has to come in behind the person who pushed her out. A nice hit there by Cinderblock, recycles P.O. Pee-wee to the back of the pack. Hot Flash tried to break. Sound Guardian saying, I'm sorry, you can't. It wasn't a legal pivot break, so she's going to turn to defense. A little bit of offense there, pushes her jammer forward, and the jam is...
Timeout called for possible injury. North Southeast, a lot of the girls that we're seeing skating tonight will be there. Come out and join us for the after party.
And now we're back and ready for roller derby. All the skaters back on the track. Looks like we have an empty penalty box, 5-on-5 on the floor. That is what we like to see. They are off. T-Rex, the jammer for Seattle Sonic Boom, hits the front of the pack very quickly. She's got a couple of feet. Close to the back, it is lead scorer Super Chick for Atomic City. T-Rex picks up a forearm, sent to the penalty box. A bad break for Seattle Sonic Boom. Oh So Final made the break as the pivot. She is on her scoring pass now. The jam is called. No points picked up. Whomping Willow, the jammer for Atomic City. And she will be up against...
Come out in the wrong order sometimes, or there's the wrong number.
She'll be up against somebody I can't see because Speed Urchin is in the way. But the wonderful thing about roller derby is they will all come right in front of me, and that is Scarlet Fever, the jammer for Seattle Sonic Boom. But lead jammer Atomic City is Whomping Willow. Whomping Willow off like a shot around the track on her scoring pass. Scarlet Fever still stuck in the back of the pack. The hot flashes, the pivot. She can make a break if she can get there. Atomic City putting on the speed. This pack moving very quickly. Whomping Willow having to struggle, but she is through on the inside. Little skip, 5 points. Grand slam, Atomic City. There we go. Scarlet Fever pushing up towards the front. She's got a couple of feet, but the pack catches her up again. Detta gives her a little bit of trouble up front, but she is through on her initial pass. The Whomping Willow gives her a little bit of a shove, gets that hip past. Picks up all 5 points. Atomic City with another grand slam.
So I know you have some say. If we had the announcer's table somewhere where we can see the jammer line.
I agree.
Disgrace Kelly for Atomic City with the star on her helmet. And it is number 39, Cinderblock. Cinderblock up to the front. She's got one to beat, but it's a tough one. She used that move right. She is through. Lead scorer, Cinderblock for Seattle Sonic Boom. Wow, that was quick. Number 11, Robin Your Dignity, as the pivot broke, forced the call off of the jam. That is one of the things we've seen a lot of in USARS play. That pivot will break as soon as that jammer is through, forcing the jam to be called. T-Rex, the jammer for Seattle Sonic Boom. They've got a lot of ground to make up in these last 3 minutes of this first half. Number 99, French Flam, the jammer for Atomic City. She is through. Lead scorer, Atomic City. Sandwigren, the pivot for Atomic City, able to keep her back. I was wondering why that was going. Looks like a little bit of a miscommunication from the bench. Either way, 2 new jammers on the track. We are ready to get back underway in 5 seconds. Cinderblock, the jammer for Seattle Sonic Boom. Blue Chip, it looks like the jammer for Atomic City. Both jammers a little bit caught up in the pack. Trying to make the lead. Oh, a huge hit. Number 11, Robin Your Dignity. Making that hole. Lead jammer, Blue Chip. Blue Chip picks up lead scorer status. Cinderblock, Lady Hustler have the opportunity to make a break here if they can get through to the front of the pack, but that 3 wall of green and black up front not given any ground whatsoever. Cinderblock up front, number 11, Robin Your Dignity holding her back. Whomping Willow adding some support, giving a bridge to the pack. Finally, Cinderblock is able to make her way through. Not your lead scorer though, but she gets to go through trying to score some points. Blue Chip, meanwhile, is in the pack making the scoring pass. Makes her way to the front, calls it off. Picks up 3 points for Atomic City, 0 for Seattle Sonic Boom.
Seeing some hard-fought battles to get through the pack tonight.
You know, this is what I like to see in roller derby. This is some fast action, some big hits are happening. Nice, strong, athletic, strong roller derby. This is where I want to be. And I'm sure Woo's your mom of Seattle Sonic Boom wants to be right where she is. She is the jammer for Sonic Boom. French triumph for Atomic City. French Fry making her way up to the front of the pack. She's got one to beat. She does. She's through. Has to make up some ground. There she goes. Lead scorer, French Triumph. Who's Your Mama pushed to the inside by that black and green pack. Has to make her way back up towards the front. Multiplayer block into Bernadetta. She's going to go and take a seat and think about that one. That'll make it a little bit easier for Who's Your Mama if she can catch up to the front of that pack.
Looks like they're trying to let the pivot break here for Sonic Boom, which she's done.
Pivot break for Sonic Boom, not lead scorer though. That, of course, is French Prime trying to catch up to the pack for a scoring pass. French Prime finally into the pack, calls it off before T-Rex can make up that ground. And that is the end of the first half, ladies and gentlemen. Atomic City 73, Sonic Boom 7. Rob Harshman to the scoring table. Rob Harshman to the scoring table.
Come on down.
And looks like the whistles have blown. Skaters are taking their positions, but we've got a zebra huddle. There we go, breaking up the zebras.
I do a zebra noise, but I have no idea what a zebra does.
I do, but I'm not making it.
Thanks.
No problem. Starting it off in 5 seconds, we got Cinder Block for the Seattle Sonic Boom. Super Chick for Atomic City. Super Chick is up towards the front of the pack, but T-Rex gives her a little bit of a shove to the outside. There we go, lead scorer, Cinder Block, Seattle Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom starting off the second half right, picking up lead scorer position. Super Chick having a little bit of trouble from Oso Final, and Scarlet Fever finally catches a hole on the inside. She's through on her initial pass. Cinder Block trying to catch up with the pack. She's got a long way to go, about a quarter of the track ahead. Sonic Boom slowing things down a little bit. Cinder Block able to catch up, starting to make her scoring pass, steps just over the apex, hits the front of the pack, calls it off. 4 and out, but that's the way you do it in roller derby.
Get him while the getting's good.
Looks like we've got Disgrace Kelly for Atomic City, Lady Hustler for Sonic Boom. Disgrace Kelly hits the front of the pack. Gets a little bit of a shove. But Lady Hustler called for cutting the track. Not able to make her way through cleanly, cut the track, sent off to the penalty box. Big hit to the outside, hot flash a little bit rattled, gets up, starts to skate for the pack. Disgrace Kelly is through. She is on a scoring pass. Kung Pao Kitten and Jenny Jamerson, the last line of defense up front. Disgrace Kelly has them to beat. Now it's just Kung Pao Kitten, last line of defense up front, holding back Disgrace Kelly with some great positional blocking. Gets a little bit of support from Swedish Meatball. Swedish Meatball now to the front of the pack. She takes over as last line of defense, but out of play, has to let her go. Disgrace Kelly is through. Lead scorer, Atomic City. This pack is very quick. Of course, Lady Hustler bursting out of the box, forcing the call off. Disgrace Kelly not able to score any points on that pass. One thing about these packs moving as fast as they do, those jammers really have to work to score those points.
Especially with the walls tonight, they're solid.
Scarlet Fever, the jammer for Seattle Sonic Boom. Super Chick for Atomic City. Scarlet Fever making her way on the outside of the track, runs into a little bit of trouble. 2 wall of green up there. Super Chick makes her way past Oso Final. Lead scorer, Atomic City. Scarlet Fever having a little bit of trouble in the back of the pack. Vendetta keeping an eye on her, keeping her back. The pivot for Atomic City. Whomping Willow giving her a little bit of trouble as well. Scarlet Fever trying to get through, reaches the front of the pack, 1 to beat, but the jam is called. And Atomic City picks up 3 points before calling off that jam. So far this first half, there have not been a lot of points. Both teams putting up a really strong defense. That's right, Derby Woo as Cinder Block for Seattle Sonic Boom, Blue Chip for Atomic City, taking the stars for their team. Cinder Block makes her way through most of the pack, hits a 2 wall up front. She is through, but Blue Chip caught on her heels. No call for lead score, but I guess I gave it to her, let her call it off.
No change.
Sometimes it just comes and goes.
A nice chorus of Pump Up the Jam over there. Atomic City PO'd Pee-wee. And Oso Final are your jammers. Oso Final 1 to beat up front. She is through. Lead scorer, Seattle Sonic Boom. And there goes the pivot for Atomic City, number 999, Vendetta. Vendetta, legal pivot break, but Oso Final on her scoring pass now. Takes that inside line, goes to the outside, tries to get around Romping Willow, pushed to the outside. Finally calls off the jam as Vendetta coming up behind her. Looks like Oso Final able to pick up 3 points for Seattle Sonic Boom. Seconds until we are underway again. There we go, Blue Chip for Atomic City, T-Rex for Seattle Sonic Boom. Both jammers having some trouble in the back of the pack, putting on a little bit of speed. Blue Chip goes down. But T-Rex looks like she skated out of bounds a little bit, gets the call for a major. So she will head on to the penalty bench. Meanwhile, Blue Chip on a scoring pass. Nope, not a scoring pass. My mistake. Cinder block. Holding her back along with Jamaica Hurt up front. Oh, and a huge hit by Robin Your Dignity to open up a hole. Robin Your Dignity taking Scarlet Fever the pivot for One World to the outside in turn 2. Cinder block has to let her go along with Jamaica Hurt. She finally picks up lead scorer status for Atomic City. Pack moving fast. Blue Chip having to work hard to make her way around on that scoring pass, and that is the end of the jam. No points scored on that jam.
He goes on to say that they are hitting hard out there tonight.
They are. So far, I think each team has scored on one jam so far. It looks like we are to jam number 7. That is a lot of strong defense.
The walls are just tight.
And there we go. Looks like we got things sorted out. And they're off. B.O. Dewey for Atomic City, T-Rex for Seattle Sonic Boom. B.O. Dewey up to the front of the pack. Gets pushed around a little bit by a strong 3-ball up front. Lose Your Mama, the hot flash, giving her a lot of trouble. Oh, and out of nowhere, T-Rex up front. She is lead scorer.
Battle of the Jammers.
The lead scorer is T-Rex. She's coming up on the back of the pack. P.O. Pee-wee, a little bit of ground to make up. Oh, and there we go. P.O. Pee-wee up to the front of the pack first. Picks up lead scorer, calls it off. 4 points, Atomic City. 3 for Seattle Sonic Boom, a 4-3 advantage in that jam to Atomic City. T-Rex with a great effort out of the penalty box, picking up lead scorer status. T-Rex using that practice she's having over in Team Lightning, getting speed skating.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, on the track, oh so final was the jammer, but she is sent off almost immediately. It is Berndetta, the jammer for Atomic City. Picks up lead skater, and it's going to be a power jam for Atomic City as Polk Rouge, the pivot for One World, sent to the penalty box. Atomic City trying to slow things down, keeping one in the back. That means the pack will be to the back. One World trying to get to the front, be able to speed up this pack. Cut into Verndetta's ability to score. Verndetta, one to beat up front. But it is Jamaica Hurt. Jamaica Hurt using some positional blocking, holding her back. Finally lets her go. There we go. 5 in the sky for Verndetta. Warrior Puka held in the back. Oh, so final out of the penalty box. And there's the end of the jam. And Scarlet Fever picked up a low block penalty right there at the end of the jam, so Seattle Sonic Boom going to be starting off short in the pack. Robin Your Dignity for Atomic City. Lady Hustler for Seattle Sonic Boom. The whistle goes, they are off. Pivots T-Rex and Wobbin Willow up front, giving each other a little bit of love. It is Robin Your Dignity out front. She is your lead scorer, Atomic City. Evil Ash giving Lady Hustler some trouble in the back of the pack, not letting her through. Giving Robin Your Dignity the opportunity to pick up lead scorer status. Now she hits the back of the pack, up to the front, and calls the jam. Looks like Sonic Boom able to pick up 1 point to Atomic City's 4. (89-18), just about halfway through the second half. Not a lot of scoring in the second half, but Atomic City able to control this clock. And once again, the damage for Seattle Sonic Boom and those penalties really racking up. Who's Your Mama called for a cutting major. Hot Flash tried to break, doesn't get a legal break. She is out of play. Disgrace Kelly is your lead jammer. And Hot Flash called for a legal procedure as she made her way around to the pack, did not make a legal break. So she entered the pack from the wrong direction and got a major for her troubles. Meanwhile, Disgrace Kelly on a scoring pass. Having a little bit of trouble, she's got one to beat up front. It is Oh So Final. Oh So Final puts a little bit of a shoulder into her, but she shrugs it off. Disgrace Kelly through to the inside, picks up 5 points, and that is the end of the jam. Looks like we've got an even pack on the track, but a lot of people are in the box.
And penalties are starting to take their toll.
That means not a lot of people to beat for Whomping Willow and Cinderblock. As the whistle blows and they are off, Cinderblock hits that wall of green up front, but it is Whomping Willow around to the outside, a burst of speed, lead scorer, Atomic City. Whomping Willow, a very fast and agile skater. Cinderblock, meanwhile, trying to make her way through the pack. And throws a forearm as she's trying to get through, sent to the box. Another power jam for Atomic City. Whomping Willow picks up another 5 points for Atomic City as this penalty bench beginning to empty out for Seattle Sonic Boom. The Hot Flash is the pivot. She's trying to make her way through and picks up a cut. Trying to make her way through on the inside. No, you're 5. A huge four-wall of Atomic City up front. Oh, they cleared the way for Whomping Willow, but they cleared one right into her. She is through, calls off the jam. Picks up another 5 points.
Was that another 5?
Yes.
5, okay.
109, Atomic City, Seattle Boom 18.
PO Pee Wee for Atomic City. Cinder Block starting off in the box for Seattle Sonic Boom. Seattle doing a great job of splitting the pack. Of course, in USARS, the pack is the front if the entire team is split. Cinder Block is off the penalty bench, making her way through. Hits the front of the pack. Lead scorer, Seattle Sonic Boom. POD with a hop, skip, and a jump to the inside. And also final call for a multiplayer block, trying to hold her back. PODB is through on her initial pass, not your lead scorer. That is Cinder Block. Cinder Block trying to make her way through that free wall up front. Durga, a little bit of a shoulder, puts her down to the floor. Recycled PO Pee Wee. Still lead scorer, makes her way through 4 points. 4 points for PO and Pee Wee. Cinder Block pushed out in turn 3, making her way to the back of the pack once again. And PO and Pee Wee calls it off. It's like Cinder Block able to pick up 3 points on that jam for Sonic Boom.
John, how's the block? Well, don't
And they're off. Scarlet Fever for Seattle Sonic Boom. Robin Your Dignity for Atomic City. Robin Your Dignity, one to beat up front. Jamaica Hurt out of play, has to let her go. Robin Your Dignity is your lead scorer for Atomic City. Sonic Boom without a jammer on the track. That 4 wall of green and black up in the back, holding back the pivot of Seattle Sonic Boom, making sure Robin Your Dignity is the only scorer on the track. And another 5 for Atomic City. There we go, Lady Hustler, legal pivot break for Seattle Sonic Boom. She is now the active scorer. Robin Your Dignity hits the back of the pack on a scoring pass, calls it off. Picks up 2 more points for Atomic City. Underway once again. Pulp Rouge for Sonic Boom. Atomic City is Disgrace Kelly. Disgrace Kelly picks up a little bit of a whip on the outside. She's got 1 to beat up front. Pivot putting on some great positional defense, keeping her in line. Finally out of play. T-Rex has to let her go. Lead scorer, Disgrace Kelly. And a legal pivot break. T-Rex breaks, forces the call off. No score.
That's not possible.
Oh, so final putting on the jammer star for Seattle Sonic Boom. Bounce back Aztec for Atomic City.
Take a timeout after this jam.
Oh, so final picking up lead scorer for Seattle Sonic Boom. Looks like an attempted pivot break by Atomic City, but I saw the out of play go up. Oh, so final hits the back of the pack on a scoring pass, pushed to the outside. And an illegal procedure on the black and green pivot. Atomic City sent off. She did not have a legal pivot break, but it looks like oh so final also heading to the penalty box. That's not legal. And looks like bounce back Aztec still trying to make her way through the pack. Cinder block through for 4 points for Seattle Sonic Boom. And we have an official timeout.
Yeah. I don't either. Okay. But I've got 25-11, so 49-49. I don't know how the hell that happened, but
We must have to stop for one of the timeouts. And a little bit of shuffling on the time clock. Of course, what you see on the scoreboard is the unofficial time. The guy in black in the center is the one who has the clock that actually means something.
9-3. Black jammer. Oh, 9-8, sorry.
There we go, Disgrace Kelly for Atomic City, T-Rex for Seattle Sonic Boom. Vendetta with a great hip check on T-Rex in turn 3. T-Rex shrugs it off, making her way on the inside. Disgrace Kelly also having a little bit of trouble out there. Stuck in the back. T-Rex hits a 3-wall up front, push to the outside. Still no active scorer in this jam, 1 minute in, or 30 seconds in rather. And Disgrace Kelly finally makes her way through, lead scorer, Atomic City. Who's Your Mama tried to make a little bit of a break, shoved to the back of the pack. T-Rex also looking to make her way out, pick up active scorer status for Seattle Sonic Boom. Disgrace Kelly, the only scorer on the track right now. T-Rex took it turn 1, Disgrace Kelly making her way through on a scoring pass. Oh, so final with a nice shove to the outside. Disgrace Kelly right back onto the track, out of play, have to let her go. Grand Slam, Atomic City. Sonic Boom able to pick up 3 points on that jam, 126-28. Just over 3 minutes left to play in this game. And we're right back to roller derby just like that after 30 seconds. Blue chip for Atomic City. Scarlet Fever for Sonic Boom. It is blue chip. Oh, takes a tumble up front. A low block. Recycles it to the back of the pack. Didn't pick up lead scorer. Blue chip makes her way back to the pack. Scarlet Fever still out there trying to make her way through. She's up to the front, got one to beat. No lead scorer signal. There are some situations where she can make her way through and not pick up lead scorer. She didn't make her way through clean. Blue chip still trying to make her way through the pack. And an illegal procedure once again on Atomic City. Those pivot brakes, kind of hard sometimes to figure out when they're supposed to happen. Trying to make her way through, but 90 seconds, all 90 seconds of that jam played. And we're just over 1 minute. This very likely could be the last jam of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, what a game. So final, the jammer for Seattle Sonic Boom, Whomping Willow for Atomic City. Oh, so final with a great lead scorer rate. She's out front, but the jammers are neck and neck out front. Atomic City out first. They have lead jammer status. Oh, so final, hot on her heels. If she can pass her. Whomping Willow, a very hard skater to catch. Hits the pack, calls it off. Picks up 2. This is gonna be close. We've got 30 seconds that winds down between 2 jams. If that jam starts before the period clock goes out, of course we will go for the entire jam. And there's the clock, end of period 2. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to all these skaters. They've earned it. Atomic City, your victors tonight.
And after Atomic City has done with their victory lap this evening, we'll have a presentation of MVP, so stick around.
That was a whole hour. And your home team, Sonic Boom!